One of the most highly anticipated films of 2020 is finally available to see this weekend, as are several other films. Here are my reviews. Originally set to open in the middle of a blockbuster summer season, Tenet will now be the first major movie to hit movie theaters in Michigan once they reopen on October 9th. The time-bending Christopher Nolan action piece earned increasing notoriety over the past few months, as time and time again it represented the hopes of movie theaters returning to quote-unquote normal. First set to debut in July, then August, Warner Bros. Took a unique approach when it decided to launch Tenet overseas first toward the end of August, rolling it out in the States only in markets where it could be seen on the big screen and bypassing any sort of streaming option. Tenet finally arrives here in Michigan, and there's no doubt that many moviegoers who decide it's worth it to brave the pandemic and go out to the theaters on opening weekend will be happy just seeing a movie, any movie. But sadly, Tenet is not the savior film that everybody was hoping for, and in fact, it's actually kind of a letdown. In a non-pandemic year, I may even go so far as to call it a major disappointment, given that it comes from Christopher Nolan, who is clearly one of the best filmmakers of his generation. John David Washington, Elizabeth Debicki, Robert Pattinson, and Kenneth Branagh star in this mysterious spy thriller, and while some of the scenes and sequences are quite impressive when it comes to stunt work and practical effects, the movie itself feels hollow. At 2.5 hours, it's bloated and lacking of any real characters to latch onto. Too much of the film and the interaction between characters is spent explaining what's going on, and even then, it's nearly impossible to follow or understand. In IMAX, it's even more of a visual spectacle, but even with the extra immersion, Tenet ultimately feels overhyped and underwhelming. I give it a C. For my written reviews of The War with Grandpa, and several great new documentaries now streaming, please visit the website. For more detailed reviews of these and other movies, please check me out on Rotten Tomatoes. You can go to the site, search the critics list to find Tom Santilli, and you can scroll through all of my recent and not so recent reviews. Another good way to find my stuff is to follow me on Twitter @TomSantilli or go to the website movieshowplus.com.